Hi, my name's Ariane. I live in South London. And last June, I was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is a really rare type of blood cancer. So before I was diagnosed with cancer, I was kind of like your everyday, I was 28 and I was your everyday sort of 20-something living in London. I was constantly rushing about, I socialised loads, I probably drank way too much. I started getting really bad back pain in my lower back, which kind of over months just built up to the point where it was like unbearable pain. Started to get really, really exhausted. This was all over the space of maybe 6 months. Started to lose a lot of weight. And I went home to my family home in Somerset, and my mum forced me to go and see a doctor. I just remember the junior doctor saying that to me, like, we think it's blood cancer, and I was just led in an A&E bed, and I just remember my whole world just felt like it had just completely dropped out, and it just felt like the peripheries of my world went just completely silent, and everything just went really, really blurred. And in my mind, in how I'd remembered it, I was just really, really quiet. But apparently I was just going, my mum who was with me, I was just going like, kept just saying the F word, just kept saying fuck under my breath. I started off on quite an intensive chemo called BCOP, which meant that I was in hospital having chemo every sort of 3 days. And then after, you have like things called cycles. And then after 4 cycles of that treatment, I had a scan, and it had shown that I was basically, I was like responding amazingly well to the treatment. Macmillan, obviously, amazing charity. When I was having treatment, I know that they run at hospitals, and when you go into, like, just on a very basic level, you go into your hospital cancer ward, and they have like every single million leaflet that you could ever imagine, and they have information on all of that. When you're going through cancer treatment, and when you're being diagnosed, and when you're having cancer treatment, it's so important to have emotional support around you. And I was very lucky with the fact that I had lots of family and my boyfriend and friends who were able to offer me all of that support. But I can imagine that if you didn't, it would be extremely difficult and very isolating and a very scary time probably. And I know that that's where Macmillan would be able to offer you all of this emotional support that you would need. Today is the world's biggest coffee morning for Macmillan. And I've realised now, after everything that I've been through, how important it is just to take time for yourself. It's really just about having a cup of coffee, grabbing some cake, and just spending some time with friends and family, and obviously raising money for an amazing charity.